Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's Dems again here with another video for you guys today. I just want to say, if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're returning, DiAndersons massive, thank you guys so much. You know the link is real as usual. Just go ahead and smash that like button immediately. Just give me a thumbs up and drop a comment if you've been liking the videos so far. In today's video guys, I will be talking about how to increase your chances of getting an approval after you've been rejected for a study permit. I just want to say I'm no immigration officer, I'm no consultant, I've never worked in immigration before, and every information that you get here is just based on real life experience and lots of research. Now, for all the persons who have helped with their LOE, just go ahead and drop a comment, make people know that the link is real. And if you have sent me a message wanting help, requesting help, and I haven't gotten to you as yet, don't worry yourself. It just gets a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but your time is coming pretty soon. To guarantee your chance of getting that one-on-one help with your LOE, guys, you can go ahead and hit that join button right down below. Become an official member of the DiAndersons family, right? It's very simple. Just hit that join button, become a member, and you get access to also exclusive content, exclusive videos, and also exclusive discussions that take place on our community tab, right? Be a member of our channel, go ahead, hit that join button. Now let's get into it. Increase your chances of getting an approval after you've been rejected. Now the first thing I want to say is there's a difference in being getting your applications returned and your applications rejected. Your application return is an immigration officer believe that there's something missing from your application and then send it back. Rejection is an immigration officer is not satisfied that you have met the eligibility criteria to come to Canada, unfortunately. No, it's not the end of the world, guys, and there are millions of people who have been successful in their second application. Now, in order to increase your chances to get an approval, you have to make sure that it is done right, especially the fact that you have gotten refusal before, right? Now, the first thing you want to do as soon as you have gotten that rejection letter is to apply for your immigration notes. You want to make sure that you get that detailed notes as to why an immigration officer believed that you weren't eligible to come to Canada. You want to make sure that you get the breakdown, the ins and the outs. Even though you get a general refusal letter to say, these are the reasons why you are refused, you want to get the exact reason why. And in getting those notes is going to guide your second application process, right? Now, let's chat a little bit. There are 5 common reasons why a lot of persons get refused for their study permit. And the number one reason is, of course, guys, the big one, financial reasons. Financial is a very big thing when you're not only applying for a study permit, but when you're applying to come to Canada. Finance is a very big thing. They want to be confident that you are not going to abuse or not follow the immigration laws that are set out, right? Now, as a student, if you're doing a 1-year program, of course, you have to be able to demonstrate that you can pay your 1 year's tuition, as well as you have to be able to demonstrate that you have a minimum $10,000 for your living expenses. In addition to that, you have to be able to show $5,000 that is really intended to be used for travel expenses like a plane fare, travel insurance, and all of them other lovely stuff there. Now guys, that's the requirement, but there's like almost like an unspoken rule. And the unspoken rule is, if you're doing a 2-year program, guys, you have to be able to demonstrate everything times 2. You have to be able to show that you can cover 2 years school fee, 2 years living expense, plus the $5,000 for travel and insurance, right? Now, that's not the requirement, but that's like an unspoken rule. And the reason for that, guys, they want to know that you are not going to like work in excessive hours in order to finance your second or possibly 3rd year of being here in Canada, right? So you have to be able to demonstrate that you can financially take care of yourself for the period or the duration of time that you will be in Canada. And again, just as a reminder, nothing is straightforward. There are tons of persons who are not able to demonstrate this, but they are still got approved, and there are a lot of persons who are able to demonstrate a lot more money than this, and they still got refused. And the secret to that is a strong letter of explanation. If you feel as if you're not able to demonstrate adequate financial resources, but you have a plan, put that plan into your letter of explanation. Especially if the fact that your reason for getting refused is because not enough money, not enough assets, or anything like that. Put into your letter of explanation what is your plan. Say this is just an example. Say I can finance 1 year, and my family member or my spouse or whoever will be financing the second year. Kind of just an example, right? Let them know that you have a plan and it is not your intention to pretty much abuse the work situation in order to finance your second year. All right. Second common reason why a lot of persons are refused, guys, is not enough family ties, or simply won't leave Canada at the end of the duration of their study. Common reason. And a lot of you guys watching this video was denied for this exact reason. Now you're reapplying. How do you mitigate this? Or what can you use to show ties to your own country? Work obligation is a very strong one, guys. If you're working in a field for a number of years, you can ask your employer to write a letter for you to say, okay, then they are granting you probably a year or two study leave, and when you're done, your job is there. Very strong own tie. The other one is family obligation. If you have any form of family obligation in terms of taking care of an elderly, or taking care of your kids, or if it is that you have a spouse and they will be in Jamaica, you can use that as your family tie. You can also use if the fact that you probably have a property to maintain, or the fact that you're probably an involved member of society in terms of you are always volunteering, you're a part of multiple clubs, groups, organizations. You can use that as whatever ties, right? No, guys, do not take it for granted that because you put all of the documents in your application, it is going to be obvious that this is your family tie. You want to put that into your letter of explanation or statement of purpose or letter of intent. It's really just the same thing. You want to put it in there that these are your ties. These are the reasons why you're going back to your home country. Your work obligation, your family obligation, you have a property to maintain, and also you probably are a very active member of society. You want to make it straightforward and obvious because remember, it's a person reading letter and they need to be able to can see that this is actually something factual. You want to be as honest and straightforward as possible with a letter of explanation. It is often recommended that it is written by you, but you can get professional help, like persons who are good in English teachers, persons who have experience. But the help that you're getting is not for somebody to write it for you, but for somebody to structure it and make sure that there's no grammatical error. Because ultimately, you are the person who knows you, who know you better than you, right? So this is not something that anyone can just write a generic letter and one size fit all kind of a thing. Third common reason, guys, is travel history. If it is that you have a good a lot of travel history, that's very good, because Canadian immigration wants to know that, okay, then you are a frequent traveler and you always like obey immigration laws in other countries. If you obey immigration laws in other countries, the chances are you will be obeying the immigration laws in Canada. Now, persons might be asking, what if this is my first time traveling? What if I have no travel history? That is totally fine too. I didn't have any travel history when I was coming to Canada. Now, all you need to do is to make sure that you put that into your letter of explanation. Do not leave that out, because that's also a common reason why you are denied, right? You want to make sure that you state clearly why you have no travel history. Probably because you are never interested in traveling before. Probably it is that you're too young to travel. Probably it is that, okay, then you always have these multiple obligations and you have just never gotten an opportunity. And now the opportunity has arisen and you decide that, you know what, I'm gonna go for it right now, which is totally fine. Now, if it is that you have no travel history and you put all those lovely stuff, you have to make a very convincing claim why it is that you chose Canada of all the weird places in the world to study. And just an example, what I could say is something like Canada provide a first world education at a lower cost than other countries. Especially the US, it's so expensive, UK is so expensive. So you can say that you can get a first world education at a lower cost. Just an example. Number 4, guys. This is also a very common reason why a lot of persons get refused, and it is the purpose of study, guys. Right? Do not just put a lot of programs in a bag and then just raffle, and then whatever comes out, then you choose that program. There has to be some connection. It's either you are academically qualified in this field, or you have some work experience in this field, or probably this is just something that you always wanted to do. But whatever it is, guys, you have to put it into your letter of explanation why it is that you choose to study the program that you want to study. A lot of persons just focus on one thing, just why they want to come to Canada, and they don't mention why it is that they chose the program that they want to study. So the immigration officer has no idea why it is, what's the connection, How does this benefit them? Is there a lot of job availability in their own country in this field? Are they passionate about this field? There's absolutely nothing. So guys, I don't want to change that up. So if it is that you've been refused because an immigration officer is not satisfied of the program of study, all you need to do is just lay all the cards on the table. This is why I chose to study this. Like for example, for me, I chose to study marketing because I like to talk. Yes. Or it has always been my dream to own a marketing business, so I decided to study marketing. Or another example is I studied marketing because in my own country, marketing is an in-demand field. So I'm confident that when I get this marketing diploma, I will be adequately able to get employed. You see where I'm going with it? So you have to show also why you studied. Like after you study, what is your intention? Which brings me to number 5, guys, which is your intent. Your intent is a big thing, guys, because this is the reason why enough persons get refused, because an immigration officer do not believe that they are a bona fide student. I'm sure you have seen it before. So you are refused on the basis that you're not a bona fide student because you do not have a plan. Simply because you do not have a plan. And again, guys, everything that I'm listing here has to be included into your letter of explanation. What is your intent? My intention is when I finish study to come back to my own country and work, or to start a business, or to do something else, whatever it is. Not one size fits all kind of a thing, but you have to state what is your intention. It can't be that you just submit all these documents, this generic letter of explanation where you pretty much probably just download off the internet and then expect to get approved. Remember, guys, this is real life persons reading a thing, and they want to get a progression from what are your financial resources, what are your family ties, your travel history, if any, your purpose of study, and your intent. So that is the one of that I think is the most common reasons. Those are the 5 common reasons where a lot of persons are refused. Show how studying in the respective field will benefit you and your family, guys. If it is that you choose to study in healthcare, try and show how that not only benefits you but benefit others around you. Also show what caused you to study in healthcare. So if it's something sentiment, if you had to deal with like a sick family member, if you had to if you've seen anything, just connect the dots. Just connect the dots and make sure that they are well connected. Now, if you have been refused, guys, and you have applied for your notes, your second application has to zero in on the exact reason why you were refused or rejected. Now, if it is that you applied to go to a college in Alberta, for example, and then you submitted your study permit application and you were refused because they are not satisfied of your travel history, for example, that wasn't adequately explained in your letter of explanation, zero in by submitting the exact same documents and trying to provide either proof if you have travel history or information as to why you don't have any travel history. If you're gonna go now and change province, change school, change all of the dynamics of your application, then you are creating other issues that wasn't present. You get what I mean? And then that might lead to future refusal on other bases. So try and apply for those exact notes and then focus on that. Yes, guys, I know that was a mouthful, and it's been a while since I haven't done a sit down like this in terms of information-packed, jam-packed video. I hope you guys were able to suffer through it all. Leave a like on this video if you like this content, and of course, guys, drop a comment. Let us know if you've been refused, if you've been approved, if you're planning to apply, whatever it is. Drop a comment. Let us build a community that we can all help each other. Go ahead, guys, hit that join button right down below to become a member of our channel, and share this video, guys, so other persons can get this lovely information. Now, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and that's it for now. Over and out.